back at it, man. We are back at it. Yes, sir. Um, man, I had just posted a video, and right when I was pressing publish, my phone starts to blow up. Boom, boom, boom. What is it? So I check. Shams Shrania posted on Instagram and tweeted, and ESPN posted and whatnot. James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland in a second round pick. What? Now, a lot of people obviously understand this trade, and I understand it, but it's not a trade that is too good. Not I wouldn't say amazing for the Clippers. Actually, it's horrible for the Clippers, and it's not too great for the Cavs. Now, I'll get into why. So basically, I'm really kind of struggling to understand this whole the whole reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers. I understand why they want to move off Darius Garland, but I just don't understand why they want to take on James Harden. It doesn't really uh, compute for me. Yes, James Harden is playing the best offensive basketball he has played since 2020, and okay, that will lift some weight off, Donovan Mitchell. But why not go out and get an Emmanuel quickly, or why not go out and get an RJ Barrett, someone who can be a wing scorer as well, and you can then, you know, or like any other score, you know. I guess that does do that in some sense, but I just believe that um James Harden being as old as he is, and all the lackluster defense, all the lackluster energy he's kind of put in a lot of the times, it might show out in Cleveland if he isn't treated right out in Cleveland. The whole the whole joke. James Harden when there's clubs nearby, when the clubs open late. What clubs are in Cleveland? What baddies are in Cleveland? James Harden's not going to want to play. Granted, he's a taken man. You know, maybe he doesn't go out those clubs no more. But regardless, I just believe that there could have been a better suitor. But that's what I think. Let's actually talk the facts of the trade. So look, James Harden is making, I think, $84 million in the next 2 years. And one of that is including a $49 million player option, which is more than what Darius Garland is making. So not only if this doesn't work for the Cleveland Cavaliers, that they will be screwed big time next year when he picks up that player option, they're putting away Darius Garland. Granted, last year he was an all-star, but we all know that was a kind of fugaz all-star. He didn't I'm not even gonna say nothing, but it's there. I just think that this trade was kind of it seems to me a bit rushed. I just believe that they could have gotten a lot more out of the Clippers. They could have maybe gotten a Chris Dunn. They could have maybe gotten Bradley Beal. No, well, he's injured. He's actually injured for the rest of the season, so it would be stupid. But they could have gotten um anybody as well. They could have gotten anybody from anywhere. They could have maybe gotten Peyton Pritchard from the Celtics, and that would have been better than getting James Harden, old man James Harden. Now, it is what it is. But it's just that Cleveland is very after the Keon Ellis and the Dennis Schroeder trade, you kind of understand where they're coming from. But like I had mentioned last video, with the Chicago Bulls being stacked up on guards, now the Cleveland Cavaliers are a bit stacked up on guards. They have Donovan Mitchell, which I guess he can play the three as well. But they have Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and James Harden. Never mind. I'll take that back. But four is still, somewhat there. But realistically here, they're going for hustle. Obviously they're going for hustle. They want people to work their ass off. But James Harden has never been known for that. The reason why he thrived in LA was because they had a very lackadaisical energy when they were playing basketball or when they were training. And That's the same reason why they kicked out Chris Paul. That's the same reason why they have booted out so many other people. It's because they want them to work harder, but it's an old folks home. That's what that's what the Clippers are. They're an old folks home. Um, and as great as it is that Darius Garland is going there, he won't do anything for them. We know this. He's injured all the time. He doesn't have a shot. His shot is broke this season. I don't know how it's broke this season, but last year he was actually doing pretty well. Like I said, he still got a Fugaz All-Star. I'm just saying that with James Harden doing as good as he is now, I would have assumed that the Clippers would have one, gotten more, or two, gotten a better player. Because James Harden is averaging 25 points per game. 25 points and I think 7 assists. That's nuts. That is actually crazy to me because that's better than he did. I think better than 2020. Like, you could fact check me, but I believe that's better than 2020. And so I don't know. It's something that I really don't understand. But I'm excited to kind of see where the Clippers go from here. I'm under the assumption what the Clippers are gonna do is just uproot their whole team. They're gonna probably trade Kawhi Leonard. That's something I actually don't know about because the whole scandal that happened, him getting paid a crazy amount of money under the desk. So I don't know. They're probably gonna trade a Brook Lopez. They're probably gonna trade Bradley Beal's contract, or they might keep him. It's a really good contract, and he's obviously just on the books. They might trade. They have a great rookie in Yannick Conan Niederhauser, and they're probably going to trade Chris Dunn. I think if they trade Chris Dunn and they kind of get some picks back, and maybe from Portland, maybe from Washington, maybe from whoever, maybe from the Jazz. The Jazz may even want them. They just sold off Walter Clayton Jr. They may need a new guard. Yeah, I just think that the best way to move forward for the Clippers is definitely just to uproot. And the best way for the Cleveland Cavaliers to move forward is to kind of ensure that James Harden has all that he wants. Because if he's not playing his best basketball, if he's doing fat suit James Harden, you're done. You're done for next year because he's going to pick up that damn player option and your cap space is cooked. Now, if he is given what he wants, maybe that's free Uber Eats. I don't know. Maybe that's free champagne. Maybe that's free whatever. I'm not saying Cleveland doesn't treat their players well, but I'm saying James Harden's no average player. He's probably gonna want more. You know what I mean? You don't want him pulling no fat suit out. But yeah, if I'm being so serious though, I really do think that James Harden could be a good fit on this team. The only concern, like I said, is the hustle. He doesn't ever really hustle much. He kind of is like I said, lackadaisical, and he just goes with the flow. But if he kind of has a fire under his ass, saying showing him that if you work hard, you could win a ring this year. Like I think this is his best chance to win a ring ever. Like, this is his best chance. He has Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And who can forget the greatest Cleveland Cavalier of all time, Jalen Tyson. They have Jalen, come on. This is his best possible chance ever at winning a ring. And if he doesn't win it this year, unfortunate. He's never going to win a ring ever again. Yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. Peace.